Alright, this is a follow-up video due to a few other tweets and information and images that I found, and this is in response to a Tim Pool claim. Now, Tim Pool is going off of the establishment media claims and the current vote tallies of this clearly fraudulent and suspicious 2020 election. And he assumed, based on the data, that there were people who unironically voted for Joe Biden but did not. Or let me rephrase that. Let me back up. What he claimed, what he stated, the theory he put forth was that this 2020 election was a repudiation of cancel culture, or the culture war in general. That people were so fed up with the culture war that they voted Republican in their states, in the House of Representatives, and in the Senate, but they were so disgusted by Donald Trump's representation of the right of the culture war that they just decided to give the presidency to Joe Biden. That's a crock of shit. You don't know a single person who did that. You don't know a single person who was so disgusted with Donald Trump and his presidency that they would be so foolish to vote Republican everywhere else but the presidency. You will not find that person. Now, you'll find them on the left, and you will find them voting straight Democrat. However, what I'm going to show you disproves this assertion by Tim Pool based on the current election data. So here we go, kids. Now, what we have before us is a tweet from Raheem Kassam, who says, continued statistical analysis shows wild numbers of people who voted only for Joe Biden and didn't vote further down the ticket. This doesn't mean that people voted for Joe Biden and the rest of the Republicans. No. These are ballots that were serendipitously mass-produced and collected for the sole purpose of marking Joe Biden in the presidential slot and doing absolutely nothing else. Pennsylvania, 98,000. Georgia, 80 to 90,000. Arizona, 42,000. Michigan, 69 to 115,000. And Wisconsin, 62,836. I have people going through the anomalies. Now, the likely situation here is that these are fraudulent ballots that were mass-produced. However, the far more important thing that I want to point out to all of my listeners is that Tim Pool was dead wrong. He was dead wrong. There is, in no reality, in no place, in no circumstance, did virtually anyone vote for Joe Biden and the rest of the GOP ticket. That did not ever happen. And props to Tim Pool. That's what the data shows, doesn't it? That's what the trends show. That's what the effect on the nation shows, is the response of America looks like, with current data, that people were done with Donald Trump, but they wanted Republicans everywhere else. This data proves otherwise. And my problem with Tim Pool's assumption was that he was stupid enough to assume it, knowing everything else up to this election and after it. Tim, it is okay to believe your own lying eyes in the face of even overwhelming propaganda and information peddling on behalf of the media in which you live in. But let's go even further. Trump top ticket only. These are people who only voted for Donald Trump. Pennsylvania, negative 77,795. Georgia, negative 28,955. Arizona, 2,683. Michigan, 31,538. Wisconsin, negative 50,254. Now, hang on, I apologize. Arizona and Michigan were not negative. So, for the Trump top ticket only, meaning these are people who went to the ballot box with the sole intention of voting only for Donald Trump. Only 2,000 of them actually voted in Arizona for that case. In Michigan, it was only 31,538. The negatives in Pennsylvania and Georgia and Wisconsin probably means, according to this tweet, that there was crossover and they probably voted for Trump in the top presidential ticket, but voted Democrat lower down. So even in these quote-unquote, some of these were lean Democrat, some of these were toss-up states, even in these states, it was more likely for people to vote Democrat lower, but still put Trump as their president. He tweets later, what we are seeing in the data is astronomically out of whack with 2016. No bullshit. In 2016, there was a circa 150,000 difference in the top ticket only voting between Trump and Clinton. This year shows circa 500,000 difference. And the only reasonable conclusion, of course, being that it's just not credible. And I felt the need to call this out because it's so obviously wrong that I don't even know how anyone in their right mind could believe or come to that conclusion. When you come against there's a saying in objectivism that paradoxes don't exist. And when you find one, go back and check one of your premises because one of them is surely wrong. Because paradoxes don't exist. Paradoxes like this simply don't happen. It means that there's something wrong with the premises, there is something wrong with the data. And you need to treat it as such and be skeptical of it as such. And that's why I am floored that someone that is so level-headed like Tim Pool could get this so wrong, that he could entertain a theory that goes against all of the data. And as always, guys, think for yourselves, look at the world around you, don't believe what the media is feeding you, and as always, stay carnal and God bless.